One night, I was home alone when I heard footsteps outside my window. At first, I thought it was just my imagination. But the sound was too clear, too heavy. Each step crunched against the gravel outside, slow and deliberate, like whoever it was wanted me to hear them. I froze where I was sitting. My heart was pounding so hard I could hear it in my ears. I live in a one-story house, and my bedroom window faces the backyard. No one should have been back there. The footsteps grew closer, one by one, until they stopped, directly beneath my window. I held my breath, waiting. For a moment, there was silence. Then I heard it, breathing. Slow, heavy breathing, just on the other side of the glass. My stomach dropped. I wanted to look, but I couldn't. I was too scared to move. Minutes passed, or at least it felt like minutes. Finally, I forced myself to stand and slowly approach the window. My hands were shaking so badly, I could barely grip the curtain. When I pulled it back, nothing. No one was there. The yard was empty. I almost laughed at myself, thinking I'd imagined the whole thing. But then, right as I was about to turn away, the breathing came again. Louder this time. Except there was no one outside. The sound wasn't coming from the yard anymore. It was coming from inside the room. I spun around, my back to the window, but the room was empty. I could still hear the breathing, steady and close, like someone was standing right behind me. I backed up until I hit the wall, clutching my phone. I wanted to call someone, anyone, but my hands were shaking so badly I nearly dropped it. When I finally got the flashlight on my phone working, I scanned the room. Nothing. I checked the closet. Empty. I even checked under the bed, my heart racing the whole time. Still nothing. But the breathing never stopped. It circled the room, moving from one corner to another, as if something invisible was pacing around me. I didn't sleep that night. I sat up in bed with the lights on, waiting for morning. When the sun finally rose, the breathing stopped. The silence was almost worse, because now I knew it hadn't been a dream. The next day, I told a friend about it. They suggested maybe it was just stress, or my mind playing tricks on me. I wanted to believe that. But that night, it happened again. Around midnight, the footsteps came back. This time slower, heavier. They circled the house before stopping under my window again. My blood ran cold as the breathing started, low and guttural, like whoever, or whatever it was savoring the fear. I couldn't bring myself to look out the window again. Instead, I grabbed my phone and dialed 911. As soon as the operator picked up, the breathing stopped. The footsteps faded away, as if whoever was out there knew I'd called for help. By the time the police arrived, there was no sign of anyone. No footprints, no damage, nothing. They told me it was probably an animal, or a prank. But I knew better. Animals don't breathe like that, and pranksters don't disappear without leaving a trace. For the next week, I barely slept. Every night, the same thing happened. The footsteps, the breathing, sometimes even scratching sounds along the wall beneath my window, as if long nails were dragging across the siding. I stopped calling the police because they never found anything. My friends stopped believing me. Then came the worst night of all. I was lying in bed, pretending to be asleep, when I heard the footsteps again. They circled the house, then stopped at my window. The breathing started, deeper than ever before. I tried not to move, not to make a sound. But then I heard it, 3 slow knocks on the glass. My heart nearly stopped. I wanted to run, but I couldn't move. Another 3 knocks came, louder this time. Then a voice, low and raspy, whispered my name. I finally screamed, and the sound vanished instantly. When I looked outside, the yard was empty just like before. But something was different. There was a handprint smeared across the glass. Large, greasy, and unmistakably human. The next morning, I packed a bag and stayed at a friend's place. When I came back a few days later, I noticed something that made my blood run cold. On the inside of the glass, beneath the first handprint, was another one. Smaller, clearer, pressed against the window from inside the room.